when we're in our 60s, there's going to be people saying, remember that fight?
Two ultimate warriors, top of their game.
You want to be in a fight like this?
Oh, he's caught him! What a start to this fight!
I never felt anything like this, Josh, honestly.
Frampton's in trouble!
That is the best fight I've ever seen in a British ring.
If you're watching this unmoved by the passion of these two men, you're watching the wrong sport.
I'm just going in there to win and that's it. I felt this hungry since fighting itself.
So we're here in Leeds in a cinema, just about to watch a fight that happened 6 years ago between myself and Josh Warrington, voted officially by the British Board of Control as Fight of the Year. It was a great fight for Josh, not for me, and for the fans, and we're going to relive what actually happened on the night.
Talk me through your day, what were you all day?
I can't remember, to be honest, what I'd done.
I was myself, and when we coming down and straight in, you were on the scales and straight out. I thought, right, it's switched on now.
Yeah.
It's switched on. I went back to my hotel room thinking, I'm just going to keep now. And I just laid there like that.
Do you know what? I normally have a kip as well, but I wasn't able to that time. Well, I was first in the ring, obviously, because you were the champion.
Yeah.
And it was the atmosphere was incredible. You have a huge fan base, very, very noisy. I have one myself, and it was just a wall of noise.
I remember coming round the back, and Ralph, the floor manager's going, right boys, stand here. And Liam Cooper, Leeds United football captain, is holding the belt, he's done the moonwalk. And the show keeps coming up slow, and then the energy and noise just crept through. And Liam's going, he's like, I'm glad I'm not fighting tonight. But you could half hear marching on together, and you could half hear boo from all your boys.
Obviously, we're just about to kick off here now. I always went into this fight thinking this is going to be tough. I know how gritty, determined you are, fit. Your output is always very, very high. Yeah. But your record didn't suggest you were a puncher, and I thought whatever he hits me with will bounce off my head, and I got that wrong in the first 30 seconds, and I just felt nothing like it.
Good early pressure from the champion. Back comes Frampton. Oh, he's caught him! Big left hand from Warrington. What a start to this fight! And he's going looking for Frampton.
I've been down in fights, but I haven't been hurt as much as I was here. I've no idea how I stayed on my feet. No idea. It was wild to start.
It was a fast start, very fast start, and one of them where, I don't know, sometimes game plans go out the window, don't they? I did remember thinking, Carl's feet are unbelievable. Whatever I have to do, I've got to make sure it's done quickly.
Yeah. It was ferocious at times when you had to be, but then there was times where you were having a break and having a look, but staying out of range where I couldn't do too much. The game plan from you guys was excellent. And I think that's maybe something maybe your dad doesn't get enough credit for.
He changes things often, and annoyingly, sometimes he can change it right on the night, right before we walk out, and he might just say something in your ear, and then he might, in between the rounds, he might say, "We're not going to do this, right? Now I want you to do this." And it is just so little things, but we do prepare for it.
Frampton, if he wondered about the power of Josh Warrington, he knows all about it now.
I spotted Christine ringside, my wife, and she's literally her head down, like covering her eyes, couldn't watch it, and she made the point that I'm never going back to one of them fight. I can't watch that. It's all right when your other half's winning and stuff, and uncomfortable, even losing fight, but when it's as brutal as that, it's got to be difficult. You got me here. I think I read something from you saying you didn't know you'd hurt me in the first round, but you did in the second round. I was hurt in the first, second, I think third as well. I remember a point even holding on here, and my head just everywhere, going like, what am I doing?
I didn't pick up on it in the first, to be honest with you. I know. Yeah, it's like started really fast, but I wasn't really thinking about what was going on. In the second, like the way that you kind of fell.
I fell on you a bit, yeah.
He's holding on again, and Frampton's in trouble. Is he going to go? Warrington thinks he is. He's trying to take him out here in the second. And Frampton's on stiff legs, another big left hand from Warrington. Frampton has to somehow buy time, has to recover, and he holds on.
I've done well to stay up, and I think I was a credit to my fitness. You know, you kind of get celebrated and talked about in terms of how fit you are as a fighter, but I think if I wasn't as fit as I was going into this fight, I'd have probably got stopped. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was still on my feet at the end of round 12. Was it great? People still talk to me about this fight, you know? Do you get that?
I've dined out on it many times.
Yeah.
I've dined out. Listen, I met Noel Gallagher a few years ago,
yeah.
and we just had the Kiko fight, and he would come in and like, I'm going to get a guitar signed, and he asked how I was drawing and stuff, and then they went, oh, that fight with Carl Frampton. Unbelievable.
Noel Gallagher know who I am.
Oh, mate, you
I
know
love that.
So, yeah,
Can you get me tickets for the gigs coming up? It's one of them fights that you want to be in a fight like this as well, you know what I mean? I know I'd much preferred if I'd have won it, but I know for a fact when we're in our 60s, there's going to be people saying, remember that fight against Warrington or against Frampton.
For British classic, 100%. The atmosphere, the noise inside there, that added to it, because as you came forward, your boys did, and your supporting fans would make a load of noise. And then as I go forward, it like kind of echoing.
I always have it down as the best atmosphere really that I was in.
What a start this has been from Josh Warrington, the champion.
I was so pumped on adrenaline that most of the punches in the early rounds I didn't even feel.
There was just something different about this night. It wasn't one-sided, you know what I mean? It was almost like split down the middle and two sets of really, really noisy fans.
Well, I remember the weigh-in, and your lot had all turned up for the weigh-in and come over early.
Yeah.
And I had hardly anybody there, and I sent a message out to some of my pals saying, embarrassing, lads. Yeah, absolutely embarrassing. You better make sure you turn up tomorrow. And then I was staying in some apartments around the corner, and I come out of the apartments about 6:30, 7:15 to the venue, and in the foreground, Nate Anderson, and I could just hear an echo of, oh, buddy, and I thought, they're here. They're in town.
Last 30 seconds, that was it. You did a good job. But just hanging up more.
We're in round 5 now, and I don't really remember too much of the fight. I genuinely haven't watched it back in its entirety, but I probably won a couple of rounds in the middle. And again, credit to the fitness and the training that the boys done with me with Jimmy Moore, because after the first 3-4 rounds, to be even, well, still in there, but maybe win 1 or 2 rounds in the middle.
Oh, good left hook there from Warrington on the right hand.
And it looks a bit stunned again, Frampton.
The credit yourself, that's the calibre of champion you are. You've been able to not just be done after the first early stages, you dig down, bite on the gum shield and come back.
Santa Cruz couldn't punch half as hard as you, and even Kiko, who is a puncher, I never felt anything like this, Josh, honestly, and that's something you don't get the credit for.
Oh, what a body shot there from Warrington to the right hand.
And I have said that, I've openly said that, the hardest I've been hit in the fight is by Josh Warrington. We're halfway here.
Did Jamie change the game plan around this stage?
I can't really remember now, to be honest. I remember him being annoyed with me in the corner, like almost like, you need to be moving more, and I was like, well, it's easier said than done, Jimmy. You know what I mean?
Now here comes Warrington again with a terrific intensity. He was clipped by one right-hand counter from Frampton, but this is all Warrington now.
I remember at a point, I was exhausted, I was hurt, there was bumps all over my head, my body was sore, and I was just thinking, don't get stopped here. And that was a thought, and it wasn't like, don't go and try and survive. It was just, please don't get knocked out, you know what I mean? Because I remember he actually said something, you can listen to someone like Jimmy because he's been there and he's had to fight with Macklin and he's done it, and he says to me, I'm not asking you to do something that I haven't done before. And you can start to listen to advice then when your trainer's been in the trenches like I was here.
Course, I remember, I think after this one, the old man says to me, how are you feeling?
How are you feeling? Not bad. How long do you say I'm marvellous? Here, listen to me. Keep doing what you're doing.
I tried to catch my breath a little bit. I'm all right, I'm all right. He went, I don't want to hear that. I want you to tell me you're fantastic.
I heard him saying that. I remember that one, But it's right, you need a good voice, you need someone that knows what to say at the right time. And I think we'll probably both of us had it in our corners that night.
Good body shot there from Frampton, but repaid back by Warrington.
It's a good little spell, maybe for Frampton, but Warrington has other ideas. He has to ship a big left hook.
Frampton might be the bigger puncher, but Warrington will not yield first. He's showing that much.
We're judged for 36 minutes, aren't we?
I know.
You know, anything can happen. There were some moments in there where I like you say, you can't always judge it. But I remember asking my old man, am I up? And like, I don't normally like to ask that, but just a reassurance.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you probably wanted to in front.
Aye.
But I don't think he wanted me to get complacent.
Yeah.
So again, he knew how well you've been as a fighter.
Just prior to you jumping on top of me there, me just kind of waving, that's me, look, gives a rest, hold on a minute, you know what I mean? That's me looking to break, but you wouldn't leave me alone.
I feel the rounds seem to just fly by.
For you, flip me. I remember going out for round 4 thinking, what, seen the ring card, girl, what, round 4? 8 more to go.
I'm going to glance over the shoulder.
And Frampton now is really digging in. Good work from the Irishman, but back comes Warrington.
You're having to fight back here, Carl. You're tough.
I was having to do it, I couldn't do anything else. I just couldn't move anymore. When I tried to go for a walk or get a rest, he didn't leave me alone.
Oh, good body shot there from Frampton, and the right hand.
Two of them trading quality shots in this 9th round. Fatigue's got to be setting in for both men. Who's going to be the fitter?
When you've got everything stacked against you, that you just delve for something deeper.
Absolutely.
Delve for something deeper than throughout the camps. And
So that was the position you were in going into this fight?
100% better to be,
Yeah.
you know, crapping yourself a bit.
Carl Frampton has 3 rounds left to turn this fight around and come from behind.
So last 3 rounds here.
Done my hand around this stage.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, my right hand it was.
I don't think you'd done it yet. Maybe just after this, or maybe it was not barrage.
I said to my old man, done my hand and he just, can't throw it, can you? I'm like, gonna have to throw it out because he's gonna read it.
It's being knocked out of him now. Warrington bullies him back onto the ropes again.
Some engine on these two, especially Warrington.
Your output was insane. I wouldn't say I'm not the biggest puncher in the world, but I can certainly punch a bit.
Yeah.
Nothing seemed to affect you. Like I remember there was a few, you know when you just feel a nice feeling, something bounced off the opponent's head, and then there's no reaction, or you get hit with 4 shots in return. It's like
when my adrenaline's pumping, it can keep me going for days.
How much has he got left? Warrington ahead on our cards, and still, as you can see, with a spring in his step.
I remember just saying, I just don't want to be a flashing pan. I don't want to win the belt and like, oh, you had that night against Lee and that's all you're going to be remembered for. Like, I wanted to just be victorious again that night. I wasn't bothered about how the win was come about.
Yeah.
If I got put on my backside or you know, moments when I come out black eyes, I just wanted to have the arm raised, and that kept on. Every time I thought about that moment, my heart would just start racing. Boxing fans want to see big fights. I'm a boxing fan myself. You are. You want to see people who you support be in big fights, entertaining fights, and why would you not want to test yourself against the very best?
Look at Frampton fight back. If you're watching this unmoved by the passion and commitment of these 2 men, then frankly, you're watching the wrong sport.
Here we are, coming out to round 12 now, Josh.
Yeah.
There was a wee embrace as well.
There was.
Obviously, there was always respect, but
Yeah.
I think it went up another level.
100%.
And I knew I was a mile behind at this stage.
Great right-hand counter, and Frampton's in trouble again, trying to fight back on instinct now, the Irishman.
I kept telling myself, don't sit up the wall now, being reckless and going, you know, getting caught with something daft because you've been #1 for such a long time. There's a reason that you're at that stage, because you're a world-class fighter, and I didn't want to slip right at the last minute.
I know.
I could have heard my old man saying, last minute! And that last minute went on for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, where is that bell?
The last 30 seconds, we were going.
Yeah. Still both men trying to wing everything at their opponent, but what a great contest, and surely a great win for Josh Warrington.
Look at Steve Gray, he knows what he's just been involved in as a referee.
Best seat in the house, wasn't it?
It was a great fight.
And look at what it means to the two of them. They have shared in a boxing epic.
That moment probably stayed with me until the day I die, you know. So I wanted to start crying then.
And still, IBF Featherweight Champion of the World, Josh the Leeds Warrior Warrington.
There was never a sense of me thinking I even got close to winning that fight at the end. You know, I'm just like, I was happy I stayed on my feet.
Yeah.
Really, and that was it.
What I have found since is I gained a lot of followers from over your neck of woods because of the respect that we were shown throughout.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that it's a business and an art, and everyone loves drama and slagging each other off and shouting, but we did nothing but shake hands and be respectful throughout. We had an absolute barnstormer and it carried on after.
Yeah, after,
you know
I know there's no need for it. That's the thing. And I think people respect that then when it happens.
But an absolute pleasure, Carl.
Thank you, mate. Listen, we've watched that on the big screen now. I never thought I would say that. No, I always think there's someone at TNT wanting to take a out of me because they team me up. Anytime I'm on TV, I'm with the biggest man in the room, stand beside them, and then they bring me to sit and watch me getting filled in with Josh Warrington in the cinema. Couldn't make it up.
Absolute pleasure.
So here we are at Josh Warrington's gym. It's 6 years since we fought. 3 years since I've retired, and I haven't done any boxing since, so he's going to teach me how to box again.
Yeah!
Oh, come on, Carl, hit it. Aye, there you go. The man is coming back.
Got some trainers, Carl.
No, they're all right, them. I like them.
Watch it. Again. And again.
We're being so
Run. And again. Right, so, go on. 6. Left up, go left up. And again.
Still got it, still there. Right, do we need defibrillator? So you're missing it then, Cal?
Nah. Ding, ding, round 13.
Hey, there you go. I'll do you.
Thank you.
No worries.
We're going to talk about this Anto Cacace fight.
Aye, come on then. Let's have a sit down.
Right, Josh, if I'm still blowing a wee bit, so do excuse me, but so we're getting close now to a massive fight on a massive card. Chance to become a two-weight world champion.
Yes.
How you feeling and what's your thoughts of going into this fight?
First of all, I'm excited. For the last 2 years, the career's been a bit up and down and waiting for fights. Fights getting scheduled and then falling through, dates and opponents moving and changing. You know what it's like? You just want a structure. Yeah. And I think that at the time I've been missing that structure. And we've moved up weights, and it's something that we've, you know, me, my dad and my team have spoke about for a while. We've always wanting to do so. And obviously an opportunity against Anto's come up.
You're always quite a chunky, solid featherweight.
Yeah.
And you look to be really lean. You had to be really lean on the scales. Yeah. Is it feel a bit easier now?
First and foremost, I wasn't really looking at it like as a bonus or an advantage or anything. But then now I'm here and I've been training and sparring and stuff like that. I feel fantastic. As your body gets older, you know, maybe it does get a bit harder to take stuff off, and I feel a bit better with more in the frame.
That's understandable. Now, I've been asked loads of times who I think's going to win this fight, because obviously I know you and I've fought you pretty well. Yeah. I'm very good friends with Anto as well, and it's a really difficult position for me to be in. But going into my fight against you, I expected it to be a tough, grueling, hard fight, but I didn't think you were a puncher, and I've never been hit that hard in my life. Now, people looking at Anto Cacace's record may not think he's a puncher, but I've never been hit in the gym as hard as Anto's hit me. So are you prepared? Is that what you're preparing for? Like the best ever version of Anto Cacace?
Most definitely. I know it'd be stupid and naive of me to look over Anto. He's a new champion. You know, he's already sat and looked at me in the eyes and told me that he's willing to go through anything to keep hold of that belt, and I have to believe him when he says it. Just that I want it as well. I'm absolutely killing myself day in, day out, and I haven't felt this hungry and focused for the fight probably since fighting like yourself. I respect the man, but as a fighter, I'm just going in there to win, and that's it.
You're getting into this fight with the bookies as an underdog, so is that a nice position for you to be in?
100%. It takes the pressure off. And especially people will look at this one and think, Josh has seen better days. He's had his time in Sonny, he's had his good wins against Lee Selby and Carl Frampton, but that's him, you know. But I do feel that when the fear factor's there, inside me wants to prove the outsiders wrong. It wants to prove to me that I can do it as well. So once I'm in that ring, no one's going to stop me for 12 rounds.
Yeah. Let's talk about your dad a wee bit. And he's sitting just behind you, so we're not going to blow too much smoke. But is he going to be important for you on the night?
Yeah, most definitely. And but it's always about keeping me on my toes. Obviously on the night, you know, that's where it really shines. And it's almost like he's at times playing the controller, and I'm the character.
Winning a world title in a second division at Wembley Stadium, is that going to be the pinnacle?
As I'm back in my next stand up there, Carl, Wembley Stadium, 96,000, did somebody say. Liam Gallagher and Oasis getting back together as well on the same night. Do you know what, I don't know, you'd have to speak to me after. Sometimes people say that nothing beats the first. At this stage of my career, where I am, going in as a big underdog once again at a new weight, yeah, it could be something really special, because then where do I go after that? You know, do I go and chase another world title? Do I try to go to America? I don't know. Do I think, well, you know what, nothing's going to top this now, and leave it there? But I ain't had a camp like this in a long time.
I want to jump in there. No, every fighter in the world says, Mike, been the best camp ever.
Yeah. But this time, you know, with only a few more weeks to go, everything is on point, and it seems like we're getting to where we need to be right at the right time. Are
you one of these fighters that visualises things, visualises yourself having your hand raised?
I picture myself, you know, having a breeze, an easy fight, bashing him up for 12 rounds. I picture myself going out there and just landing a lucky punch and getting a first round KO. I picture me being in an absolute trench where I'm cut from both eyes and I'm bust nose and I've been hit with bombs, but I keep on going. And I always picture myself winning. You know, I know Anto is ferocious. He's going to want to keep hold of that belt, but I feel like I've got just enough in the tank to get past it and through it.
Well, listen, Josh, I've been around you long enough. I've been around Anto long enough to know that both of you are really up for this fight.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting it to be probably the fight of the night.
It will be.
And you've got two big heavyweights at the top now who may say different, but for me, this is the best fight on the card. And like I'll say to Anto, good luck, Josh, and may the best man win.
Thank you.